Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my husband. Say hi.
Hi.
Or something more than hi.
Hello.
Okay, so we are doing an 8 months married person, I don't know, Q&A. Say that better.
An 8 months marriage Q&A. I mean, it does what it says on the tin.
Okay, so we've been married for 8 months and we're doing a Q&A. I asked on my Instagram, which link down below, if you guys had questions about our marriage or anything like that, and we have some good ones. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have not seen these questions.
Okay, and don't peek. They're on my laptop here, so don't peek. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. Stop it. Okay. What was your favorite moment of our wedding day?
Do I go first?
Yes.
Okay. When you came out of the room and you were at the top of the balcony and only I could see her because we did our wedding in my grandparents' home, not in a church because of COVID. And she was at the top of the balcony before the stairs, and only I could see her, and she was walking down the stairs in place of walking down the aisle. So that was my favorite.
You just see like 10-second, only we could see each other, and it was really nice. That was my favorite moment too, honestly. Okay, let's try to find another one. My other favorite moment was we did a drive-by reception, and I really enjoyed, like, right after the ceremony we were married. It still hadn't like sunk in yet that we were married, but it was a gorgeous day out, and it had been pretty rainy before our wedding, and like not the day of but days before, and just like standing outside, it was a beautiful day out, and it just, those few moments before people started coming, it was really nice to just take that in, like, we just got married, like, aww. Okay, what is your favorite quality in the other person?
My favorite quality, I think it's how much of a caring heart and how much of a, you want the best for me in all situations, and you are willing to sacrifice pretty much anything of yourself or for yourself to make that happen, and I very much appreciate that about you.
You're sweet.
No, you.
Thank you. This is a hard one for me. I have a lot of favorite qualities.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's gonna be my answer for all of these. Well, I guess you kind of said two, so I'm gonna say two because they're kind of the same. But I love how much of a go-getter you are, and that's with anything. You are so much of a hard worker, and just like, this is the thing that I want. Now I'm gonna work my tail end off until I get it, and I've always admired that about you. You're such a hard worker, and he stops at nothing. Like, also you're really smart. that goes along with it. Like, it's just very, very nice to be married to such an intelligent man. I feel stupid a lot, but I really, really love how smart you are, and just, you're such a go-getter.
Thank you, baby.
What is the most attractive quality in the other person?
I think my favorite part is your eyes. Because you have very beautiful blue, ocean blue eyes. She actually tested this on Instagram. She did the, was it ocean eyes filter?
It's like there's an eye filter thing you can do. It changes the colors of your eye. I don't know. Yeah,
and she did the blue one, and it didn't change her eyes at all. She just has naturally very stunning blue eyes.
Thank you.
And I love your golden hair.
I'm gonna say the thing that I noticed like on our first date, and it's how tall you are, which he's grown recently. He's now 6'1", so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, I don't know recently, but he was, what, 5'11" when we started dating. Yeah, I remember like him getting out of the car and being really tall and just having confidence. Like, it makes you seem even taller when you have, like, as a person, but you have a lot of confidence, and I really love that. What is our favorite date idea? So I guess, like, is there a go-to date? Like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, depends on where we are.
In Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island, it's looking at old homes, mansions. You can look at the previous video for that one.
Yes, link down below.
I don't know. Under normal circumstances, which we don't really have a normal yet, but
Yeah.
in San Diego, it was going for scooter rides and watching the sunset. And in Florida, it'll probably be very similar, except it's going to be a motorcycle this time, Lord willing. And yeah, that'll probably be a go-to. Of course, with restrictions and everything. I mean, honestly, I don't think our dates would have been much different.
No.
Because we kind of hate large social gatherings
Yeah,
anyway.
we do.
So
Yeah.
we're kind of uniquely adapted to these times.
We're homebodies and we like walks. Like,
Yeah,
that's
walks,
basically
being
it.
outside, looking at sunsets, all the
Yeah.
things you can do during Corona times anyway.
And the thing is, like in San Diego, there were a lot of places to walk, and you could go to multiple different places to look at sunsets. But in Rhode Island, there's like one place, and it's too cold to walk, so you can walk in our hallway.
Yeah, we have done
True
that.
story. Yeah, we have done that. Okay. Would you rather build or buy a house? This is pertinent right now for us.
So, budget. What's the money bags for this?
They didn't say.
Okay.
So like, let's say, yeah, because building a house, you can say your budget's like, as we've been seeing, 400 grand, and then it's, $18 million later you have your
Yeah,
home.
we're watching a show in Netflix called Grand Designs, and
Yeah.
every single
Right,
episode, it's about people who build their own homes. Every single episode, they go hundreds of thousands of dollars, or in this case pounds, over budget because it's a British show. And then the TV presenter just makes fun of them the whole time.
It is really
He's like,
funny.
man, your dreams are dead, aren't they? How do you feel?
How do you feel about that?
It's kind of funny.
Your entire foundation just fell off the edge of this cliff. How do you feel about that? It's really funny.
You must feel so stupid. Yeah, but okay, if money was no object, I would absolutely rather build than buy. But because money is indeed an object, have to buy.
Yeah.
But if money was no object, absolutely build.
Yeah, I feel the same. I always wanted to build a home, but what we've talked about doing is purchasing a home for less than our budget and then just remodeling things or like adding things on or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of the best of both worlds. If you're gonna do it that way, is like you're buying old, but then you're making it exactly what you want or closer to what you want. So, what's your favorite cozy thing to do together?
Probably just kind of staying inside, cuddling, watching Netflix, looking at homes or other things online. I don't know. I mean, just kind of just staying in.
My favorite thing is building the fort that we did on the ground like last week. It was really fun, like having a bunch of blankets and pillows and laying on the floor and watching TV. It was really cozy.
Very cozy. Cozy times with Jess, indeed.
And Joe. I'm getting juicy here, y'all. Okay, what's been the most stressful time in our marriage so far?
Stressful time.
The most stressful time. So this can't be like our entire marriage because you're in the Navy.
I don't know. Stressful time. I mean, all the moves and overseas screenings and medical appointments to do the overseas screenings and moving again. I don't know.
I think the most stressful time for myself was trying to complete my overseas screening process because it was like 15 weeks, something crazy.
Yeah.
It's a cursed phrase in our home now.
It's banned.
It is banned,
So
but
there's
anyway,
a moratorium on that phrase.
that was the most stressful time. That was really bad. What's been the best time of our marriage so far?
Best time? I mean, just the times interspersed with the stress times, because it's not all been just stress and anxiety. Because we've had great times in San Diego, great times at home, great times here in Rhode Island. I don't know. We've only been married 8 months, so we really haven't had the chance to have multiple epochs of our marriage. But we've had a lot of good times with the bad as well.
Yeah, I think my take on it is just being able to, for once, planning or trying to plan our future of like, where do we want to live? Like, what pets do we want? When do we want to get them? Like all of that. Like that's been really fun, and I've enjoyed that whole process and like the homemaking and like, so what kind of couch do you want? Like, you know, just all of that. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Okay, this question is for Joe. What's your favorite meal that I make?
Ooh, wow. She is an excellent cook.
Thank you.
I don't think I have a favorite because they're all super good.
Wow.
What have I said is my favorite? Because I feel like every time you make something, I'm like, this is my favorite.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Recently, it's been chili lime chicken.
Link for the video down below.
Yeah. That's super good with the shrooms. And I don't know, you just make a lot of really good things. And every time you make something new, I'm like, this is my new favorite.
Baked ziti with homemade pasta sauce.
That's
you said
really
the other
good.
night you really liked that.
Yeah, I really like that. Even stuff like your mac and cheese is just next level.
Wait, boxed or homemade?
Homemade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And what other things do you make that you just make better than everyone else?
Chili,
yep. I am not a fan of chili, but her chili I actually like. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just a very good cook overall. Don't really have an answer.
Thank you. I
5
take
out
it
of
as
5.
a compliment. See, every time you say 5 out of, I'm like, no.
6.5 out of 6.5.
Thank you. I was always scared that I'd never marry someone that liked my cooking. And I got a man who really likes my cooking.
Oh,
I don't
do.
know how that
It's
happened.
kind of impossible not to.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you were ever really had to be worried
thank
about that.
you. Thank you. Okay. What's our favorite meal to make together?
We make pizza together, and that's always pretty fun.
Is that our favorite?
It's really
Or
the only one
steak.
we...
Oh. A steak meal, because he does the steak and I do the sides.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, I think that's... Yeah. Steak.
What's your favorite healthy snack that I make?
Healthy snack. Are we counting the garlic, zucchini, and vegetal?
It's not a snack.
It can be a snack.
That's a lunch or dinner or side item.
I don't know. What sort of snacks?
Well, I have my answer for this, and it's the roasted garlic hummus, and then naan. Or is that how you say
Well,
it?
wasn't the question that you make?
Yeah, or like put together. I mean, it's like that I make for us.
Yeah.
And that, so the hummus and then veggies, and then I also like putting like olives and pickles and what's that stuff called? Sausage. What's your favorite?
Yeah, the hummus is super good. I like hummus.
Oh, okay. Juicy again. What's your biggest pet peeve about the other person?
Pet peeve. I can't say I have one.
I'm a slow walker.
You're not really, though. I pull you along.
Yeah, I just have short legs. Because you're like 7 feet tall now, so.
I wouldn't say I have one.
I'm surprised because you kind of judge other people based off of things, so.
Slow walking, primarily.
And driving.
And driving.
Does my driving annoy you? Is that your pet peeve? Tell them the story about the one time you were like.
The one time what?
After the ER visit.
Oh. So I had been in the ER and I was on some pretty zany narcotics coming out of the emergency room, and I'm fine, by the way. But,
yeah, he's fine.
And so obviously I couldn't drive, and at the time I was in the middle of a ship handling simulator course for the Navy, and as soon as I sat in the passenger seat and surveyed the bridge, as it were, I immediately went into ship driving mode, because you drive ships by voice command. You don't put your hands in any controls as an officer. And we're moving around. I'm looking around, assessing context and everything, and I'm like, okay, like time to drive the ship. So I was yelling ship driving commands, and then notifying her of other contacts, in other words, other drivers and cars on the road.
Yeah.
Being like, we've got a contact bearing 045 relative. Just keep an eye on it. And then, and then when we got into the parking garage, I was like, parking spot, starboard bow.
I was like, what? And by that point, I was barely holding it together because we had been in the ER for like 7.5 hours, and I barely knew he was okay. And because I wasn't allowed to go. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go in with him, and like, he would 2% battery or something on his phone, so he wasn't really able to text me. I was just like, are you dying? Are you okay? I don't know what's going on. And then you just told me he'd be high when he came out. And I was like, what is going on? So I was worried. It was bad.
I was fine.
It was like 4 a.m. It was not a fun night. But anyway, yeah. Memories. I don't remember how we started talking about that. Oh, pet peeves.
Pet peeves.
I don't know. I'm going to pass on this question.
Boo.
I mean, really the one main pet peeve that I had, I told you about. And then you got better with it, and then now it's not an issue.
Is it the thing with the brushing the teeth?
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I'm working on that one.
Yeah, he is working on that one.
Oh, the wet floors in the shower, is that the one?
Yeah, and just like the wetness in the bathroom overall. Like, after a shower, just being huge puddles of water, which I have no clue where it came from. And then also on the sink, like being little pools of water. I don't know how, but we've gotten better with it. So not as much of a pet peeve anymore because he's worked on it. So
Thank you.
Moving on. How many kids do you want?
Well, we've talked about this and really leaving it up to God how many he's going to give us. I think that's our stance. We want as many as God can give us. I came from a big family, and I definitely want a big family as well.
And I'm an only child, so new to me, and I know nothing about children, but I'm looking forward to having a big family as well. How do we get through disagreements?
I think the most important aspect of that is listening and communication, and also recognizing that Satan likes to introduce conflict where there isn't any, and to introduce little pinpricks about some sort of topic to kind of set each other off against each other and against each other. And we actually saw a sermon on this relating to Ephesians 6, how we struggle not against flesh and blood, i.e. each other, but against the rulers, the principalities, and the prince of the air, however the verse goes. In other words, our struggle is against Satan. And in marriage, it's the same thing when you have conflict. It's not against each other because you're on the same team. You're married. It doesn't have to be adversarial. Your struggle is against Satan trying to pit you two against each other. I think that's been the most effective strategy at dealing with marital conflict.
I think the biggest takeaway from that was when you're actually having an argument, to put out your case and then to let the other one respond. But before you respond yourself, you should take a good 30 to 60 seconds to just sit and dwell on what they said, because if we're in an argument and Joe is just, saying whatever's on his mind to me, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh, this is going to be my response to this, and taking mental notes of what he's saying so I can tear it down later, that kind of doesn't get an opportunity to show through, because if I take a break to like, okay, here's what he said, here's the rational way of thinking through that, and taking just that 30, 60-second break to do that, it's really, really helped in arguments. Are you going to buy a house in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. So we're looking at houses in Florida, and we're discovering the wonders of the landlord-renter relationship. And
the wonders of that.
The groveling and obsequious subservience you have to have towards the landlord for the gracious privilege of squatting on his property. And if you want a pet, oh my gosh, you are going to have to jump through some hoops and
Yeah.
really shell out some bucks. So, either we downsize a little bit on the renting and go for a pet, or we find a nice landlord who's going to let us have one, or maybe look into buying. But again, we're young, we've never bought a house before, and when you buy a house, you're locked in for minimum 15, 20 years probably, and with the Navy, you move around a lot. So again, we could rent it out and then become the landlord, become the grand poobah at the top. But I don't know. That's a difficult decision we haven't really arrived at yet. But in the next 5 years, yeah, probably. But within the next couple months, maybe.
What tip would you give yourself on our wedding day if you could go back in time?
I would point myself to Ephesians 6 again, to the verse about how husbands ought to sacrifice for their wives like Christ did for the church, and say that applies to everything. You don't get to pick and choose what part of your life that touches, because it ought to be everything. That's the advice I would give.
I think that mine would be just to communicate with you. Like, I was really bad at communicating with him. Like, any need on any level. It was just like, if I wanted to go to Taco Bell, I wouldn't tell him. Like, ever.
She'd do things like, so when are you planning to take me to Taco Bell? It's like, now I guess.
If I even did that, it'd be like, I'd come up to him before I even did that, because I'm just like, I guess really passive aggressive with my requests. I don't know, but I hint a lot. It's bad. But I'd like come in and do this to you a few times and be like, so there are things to eat, and like read off the list and be like, have you been to Taco Bell before? Like, what do you normally get?
Yeah, I've been there. So those other things, I never caught them.
Yeah, I still do it.
I still don't get it.
I know.
So.
But then I'll like just get to the point and be like, it's been sounding good. Like,
yeah.
I'm getting better.
You are getting better. You're getting much better.
Getting a lot better. Like, instead of asking if he wants to go for a ride at 2 a.m, I'll just be like, hey, I want to go for a drive. Like, ladies, just tell your husband what you want, because he'll appreciate it. What was that?
Well, it's just I don't catch hints. I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
He's getting better. He's getting better at catching them, but like, I'm also just trying to not give them as much. It just makes both of us happier. Because like, then I get exactly what I want. Okay, where has been your favorite place to live since we've gotten married?
San Diego.
Okay, how many pets do you want, and what type do you want? Okay, so I
That's
want
really
7
a question
cats.
for you. You do not want cats.
I hate cats. I'm sorry. I hate cats. Cats hate me though. It was like, I always gave them the benefit of the doubt, and like, I'd always have friends who had cats, and I wouldn't want to pet them. And they'd be like, oh, why? Like, she doesn't bite. She's fine. I'm like, she will bite me. She just will. They'll be like, no, it's fine. Go ahead and pet her. And then I will. And then, like, I'd be petting her for like 2 minutes, and I'd be talking to my friend, and then the cat would just turn around, put their paw up on my hand, and then bite me. Like, every time. I'm not even kidding. So I hate cats. Cats hate me. It's mutual. It's fine. So no cats ever. Yeah, so we want dogs. And in the next year, I want 2.
2. Okay.
I told you this.
Yeah. It'll only be $5 million every month at our
You told me I'm worth anything.
our serfdom hut that we rent.
It's okay. I'm worth it. No.
Yes, you are. Proud of dogs.
Yes. Yes. I don't want to be lonely.
Yeah.
Doggos are great companions.
We'll get you a doggy.
So I currently want a border collie little girl. Like, I don't want, like, I've had boy dogs a lot in the past, and they're nice, but I don't know. I like have it in my heart for a little girl border collie, maybe mixed with something like, what were we seeing the one mixed with?
It was with lab.
A lab,
Black
yeah.
lab.
So like probably around 40 pounds, like that size. My parents have 2 Australian Shepherds, And I also really like that breed. They just have a lot of hair, even though they're also 40 pounds. So not sure I want that, but yeah, either Border Collie or an Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
Probably for the rest of my life. I'm really just, I love those breeds. Like, I can't help it. What do you want? Is there something you want?
I love corgis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're just goofy little animals. So yeah, I would like a corgi.
You like them just because they're quirky and weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna say each will have 3 answers for this. What are the top 3 things you're most thankful for that we agree on? Faith, first of all, faith, which I don't think we disagreed before we got married, but like we didn't start getting really serious about faith until after we were married. Like, I mean, we were serious about it, but we did. How do you want to put that? We weren't like disciplined in it, maybe.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, but yeah, and we've been able to keep each other accountable for that, and that's been really nice. And so I at least have grown a lot. Would you say that you have as well?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be like, wow, you've grown so much in your faith, but like
Mm-hmm.
he has. I can see a difference in him. So yeah, faith stuff for sure.
General house living stuff, because I was a blank slate with regards to doing laundry and cleaning and all that sort of stuff, because I have never lived on my own really. And I know it can be an item of contention for a lot of married couples when they've both been living on their own for a while and then come together and they both have their very specific styles of cooking, cleaning, anything, and then you have to all settle on one way basically. Whereas I didn't really have a pre-packaged conception on what it was like to live on my own. I mean, I guess you didn't quite either, but you knew how to do all this stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
because at home I was doing cooking and cleaning, so like, and laundry, like all of that. So
yeah. So that was a very easy transition for us, because I was just like, okay, do it this way.
Raising kids, so as in like discipline and teaching them and like helping them be critical thinkers, like things like that, like pretty much everything kid related we agree on.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, like that, I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah. Oh, motorcycling. Jess is one of the few women who understand motorcycling. She enjoys it, and she's
riding with him. Not like doing it
myself. She doesn't ride herself, but she understands it and she enjoys doing it. So I've got a very good one here. I'm very lucky.
Thank you.
Because I know that certainly is an item of big contention for some couples.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I love going on rides with him. I loved it when we were in San Diego and back home, really.
Yeah.
Because he had a motorcycle at home. Yeah, I loved it. I'm really thankful we agree on money things.
Yeah,
too. So
that's another big thing. We're both pretty cheap, but we're willing to spend money where it counts. We're willing to put in money for things that are going to be used a lot. You know, spend your money where you spend your time. So for cookware, you know, we invested in some pretty nice initial cookware that will last us probably our whole lives.
Yeah, honestly.
So yeah, I mean, we agree on what money's for, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which a huge blessing. I mean, the source of countless divorces is disagreements on money.
Yeah, honestly, though.
Our interior decorating and house styles are different, but we have different tastes, but we have a lot of common ground. And we both have, think sort of IKEA, Scandi sort of design, and that's sort of our middle ground of design that we both like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make it a lot easier to think about designing or decorating.
Yeah, because she's definitely more contemporary. I'm more traditional with styling and stuff. But at the end of the day, that's her sphere, and she can decorate the house how she wants. But yeah, we both like the sort of sleek and trim sort of Scandi IKEA style.
Like very clean, lots of plants. I really like plants.
Yeah, and we really like the idea of going on, say, Craigslist and finding a free piano and painting it and making it our own. Not only as a decor piece, but for playing. But, yeah. So there are unique things that we both agree on that satisfy both our sort of styles.
Also, speaking of instruments, this man is one of those people that can play like anything, and I admire it. And it's also disgusting. Like it's just like how, but I really admire it.
Thank you.
I admire so much about you. It's not even funny.
I admire you too, baby.
I think other people think I'm slightly obsessed with you, but he's like perfect.
No.
It's kind of annoying, but he is perfect.
Aw, you're too, baby.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I think that wraps up this video. Be sure to go follow me on Instagram because I post some polls like that every now and then just to see like if anyone has questions or especially things for Q&A videos or other videos as well. So be sure to go follow me on Instagram. I'll have the link to that down below. Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below or a like if you enjoyed this video, and we will talk to you later. Stay cozy, my cuties.
Stay cozy.
Bye, guys.
The viewers will never see that.
Nope, you will never see that.
It's gonna get edited out.
Try me. Okay. Anyway, guys, so thank you so much for watching this video, and stay cozy, my cuties. You can say it.
Stay cozy.
Okay, we're gonna redo that. And you'll do it normally, and that's gonna go in the takes. Okay.
Stay cozy.
No. Alright, guys.
Stay cozy. You cozy now?
Okay.